What's up, Jam family? This time we have DJ Premier explaining why Biggie dissed him. I just heard that Kick in the Door partially was directed towards DJ Premier. I never heard anything about that, or I don't recall hearing nothing about that. So here we go with DJ Premier explaining what happened. So this is the first time I ever knew about this. We about to get straight into this. Uh, let's jam.
I would love to be a fly in the wall. That session had to be awkward as hell, man.
Yeah, it was a crazy session, man. That was a crazy session because me and J. Rue had worked on a record on his second album, Wrath of the Math, called One Day, and we were talking about even though he wrote it, I still backed him on it, and I still stand by that record. J. Rue wanted to paint a picture of how he saw hip hop at that particular moment. So I remember even when I spoke to Big about it, he was like, "Yeah, but you got to be talking about me," because he said he had a Versace suit on. I was like, "No, the quote unquote uniform of that era when it was starting to shift was Versace and all the shades and all that, and we weren't with it. Now, if that's what you rock, cool, but we're talking about how we see hip hop right now from how it used to be when we really enjoyed it. So we're just giving a perspective of how we viewed it. Honestly, I remember Foxy Brown was really mad. We had Roseland one day, and Jay-Z's hanging out with us because he was more laughed it off, like, yeah, this is comical, but I get it, So when it got to all the stuff that we mentioned, some of it was. Again, it was from a perspective of how we felt like hip hop was being viewed. So of course we started getting calls. I remember Puff calling and said, "Yo, here's my house phone." He said, "Tell J. Root, here's all my numbers, my house phone, my cell phone, my car phone." He said, "And my boat phone." And we said, "He got a boat phone?"
He said it in the rap.
Yeah, we were like, Puff is busy.
What Puff said? Never home gotta call me on the yacht. Like,
Puff had the boat, So and they got into a big argument and everything, and they just never really squashed it to the degree. I mean, we're all past it now. Right. Everybody's cool, but at the time, Big, it could have been his friends gassing him to make him think it's directly at him, and it wasn't. We wouldn't do that to Big. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing: it's like, so he felt the way.
Yeah.
But I still need that Primo beat.
Yeah.
True, because so from what I gather so far, Preem and them said something about not really partaking to the high fashion that was starting to be trendy at the time. They weren't prescribing to that, so I guess them being vocal about it, Biggie took it to heart, and then eventually ended up enlisting him to produce for him anyway, because he's DJ Premier.
He told me, he said, I'm going to get at your man. I'm going to get at a few people. And he did. He didn't just get at Rue. He got at Nas. He got at Ray and Ghost, on the third verse. He was mad at Smith and Wesson. Well, not Smith and Wesson. He was mad at OGC from Boot Camp. Because
they put him in the video.
Yeah, the guy with the Versace, the Coochie sweater, and threw him off the stage and all that. Oh. So he was including a lot of other people as well. But he warned me that he wanted to get at him and say what he had to say. He said, if you don't like it, he said, I'll pull it. And I was like, nah, just say what you got to say. Once I heard it, I froze for a second when he said, son, I'm surprised you run with them.
Can we see that?
So, you know what I'm saying? So
yes, no disrespect.
Okay,
yes, son.
So in the song Kick in the Door, Biggie says, son, I'm not surprised you run with them. I think they got blank in them because they nothing but blanks.
When Big says, son, I'm surprised you run with them, he's speaking directly to
I immediately said he's talking about it. If you know the streets and you know how to understand lyrics, you know exactly what it was. Big had just had the car accident, so he was on a walker. And when he had to go to the vocal booth, we'd have to escort him and help him walk because he was really, really in bad shape. And he had to rhyme in a wheelchair because he couldn't stand up long because his hip was really hurting. So when he got to the booth, he said, just stop me if it offends you. And I was like, nah, it don't offend me because I understood if it bothered you that much with the record we did and we weren't ashamed to put that record out, say what you got to say. It's on wax. No one got hurt. And everything's everything. And then at the end of the day, we're all good. Puff and us are cool. I see D-Rock and everybody. I support what they do, and they support what we do.
Dang.
This goes out to you. This goes out to
Mm. This goes out to you, you. So okay. So I want to go back and see what he actually said about Primo on that song because I still am not clear on that. But wow, thank you for that request, and man, that's very informative, y'all. Jam out, y'all.